And as I promised in the last episode, today we will try to refactor our code, and this is part of the journey. You will be cleaning up your code all the time, so let's see how we can do it. And as I mentioned in the last episode, we can create a component and pass our to-do and completed tasks as props. So let's see how we can do it. First, let's create a component and name it tasks. Okay. And setup. Now let's see, we can probably cut this and paste this here. We will need a card component, and we will need the empty component, like so. So we need the access to our to-do list, so and I think we can accept them as props, and the type will be an object. So now we can use tasks here, and I did this on purpose. It's actually not a good practice to use if and v4 on the same element, and we should probably use if on the parent element. So let's create another div and use our if on this, and let's move this inside like so. Yes, so let's pass our card title as slot, and everything looks fine. So let's get here and import our tasks component, and we need to pass our tasks. It will be to do, like so. And let's not forget the title for our card. It should be to do, and refresh, and let's see if yes, everything works just fine. So let's repeat the same thing for our completed tasks, and all we have to do is just pass the completed and change our title to completed. Looks like we broke the styling for our completed tasks. Let's try to fix it, and I think we can actually extract this to its own component, so let's do that. I can name a task. Let's paste this here. Get rid of the boilerplate. So we need a prop called task. It will be an object. No, we don't need this. We can move this to the same line. And we need a class here. So the class is line through, like so, if task is completed. Yeah, like so. So this should work fine. So let's import our task component. Okay, now let's try to use it. So we need to loop through our tasks and pass the task as a prop, and let's not forget the key. Now everything should work the same with proper styling. So let's try to extract our form to a separate component. But first let's get rid of this unused imports. Okay, so let's create a new component for our form, and you can name it create task or task create, which is convention, and you'll see this a lot. So let's do that, and let's extract our code like so. Get rid of the boilerplate again. Okay, so and now we don't have access to the new task and our create function. So let's create a new task, or yes, new task, and it will still be a ref with an empty string as initial value. But how can we send our new task to our create function, which we don't have access to? So we can do it by using emits. Emits are custom events. So to create emits, what we can do is create a new variable and define emits. So they can be put in an array. So in this case, we can name whatever we want. So the action is submit, so we can name it submit. Or if you think you will confuse it, you can name it submitted or on submit. And so when instead of create, we will use this emit like so, and then the event we want to emit, in this case it will be submitted. So now when we try to submit this form, this submitted event will be fired, and if we import our task create component like so, now we can listen for this submitted event like so. And when we listen to the submitted event, we can actually call our create event like so. And the second parameter for our emit can be the data that we can pass to this function. So for that we can use our new task like so. So now in create function we need to accept our new task, and now it's just a string, so we don't need this, and we can do this here. So let's see, and looks like our button is not working because we need to import it. So let's give it a shot, and as you can see, when we submitted this form, it fired the submitted event and passed this value, and here we can listen for this event and fire the create function, accept our new task and add it to our task list. But we still need to clear our input, so let's actually extract this to a function called maybe submit. Let's create it, and now we're in script. We need to use that value, and after this we can reset the value to an empty string, so like so.